Hello everyone, Namaste. Welcome to today's webinar on yoga and fashion. It's an initiative by FitNCalm Yogic Living and Studio Shri. I'm Tejasvi, an international yoga teacher, co-founder of FitNCalm. And through FitNCalm, we have been encouraging people to step up to a healthy lifestyle through yoga and lifestyle videos. So today's topic, yoga and fashion. Both of them can be the most powerful ways to transform oneself, to dive deep within, and to become more confident. Many yogis who start their journey ask us what to wear, does clothing impact the practice, and can yogis have a style statement of their own, and so on. So, to answer all of these, we have requested our dear friend, Mr. Dilip Rathore. Let me put him on spotlight. Yeah. So meet Mr. Dilip Rathore, he is an educator, fashion designer, and founder of Studio Shri. He's an art of living teacher, craniosacral therapist, and yoga trainer. He's a NIFT Bangalore alumni and faculty of fashion design at the National Institute of Fashion Technology, NIFT. He helps people to transform from inside out, literally, inside through yoga and outside through fashion. So let's hear from him. Over to you, Dilip.
Thank you, Tejasvi. So welcome all. It's going to be quite interesting since it has two very different topics, but they are, if you see, correlated. So I'll start the presentation and then we'll see it through pictures. So the flow of today's webinar will be like this. First, we are going to see a little bit about the skin and then the fabrics which are more suitable for the skin, and then fit, which is more suitable for the yoga asanas. And then we will do a small awareness exercise, and then we will see in the end about the brands and about little more about the fashion and brands. So the first thing about the skin. So skin, as many of us know, is the largest organ of the body. So therefore, it's essential to take care of the skin. So let's see from a small video what are the qualities of the skin, because when we talk about the fabric, when we talk about clothes, it's incomplete without talking about skin, because the fabric sits on the skin. So our skin absorbs 40 to 60% of what it touches, it absorbs. So it's important to know a little more about what is the content of the fabric which is touching the skin directly. So yeah, if you see, yeah, this photo would be sufficient enough for you to understand that skin is sensitive, and it's very, very important to understand the fabric which is going to touch the skin. So moving ahead to the fabric. There are two types of fabric majorly we wear on day to day. The first one here on the top, which is quite familiar to most of us, is a knit fabric. It is, you would have seen women sitting at home and making this. So if it is made like this with a thick yarn, it makes sweaters. But if it is made from a very small, thin gauge yarn, then it creates t-shirts. The t-shirt which you are wearing is actually this knit fabric. And the second type is the woven. So in the woven, it's like it's a weave. You would have seen on the loom they do the weaving. So because of the knit structure, if you see this, this is a single yarn going all over the place and creating the fabric. Because of this looping of the fabric gets little thickness, and it also gets stretchability, because you see there are a lot of holes, lot of curves over here. So when you stretch the fabric, it stretches. So knit has stretchability in it. In the method itself, it comes like that. But woven, because it consists of two different direction of yarn. One you can see the red one, and another one are the horizontal one. So already they have been stretched and put on the loom. So that's why the woven actually don't stretch compared to knit. So that's why any t-shirt, any stretchable lingerie, everything is usually made in knit, and wovens are used for something which is loose, or your shirts which you wear, the pants which you wear. All of them are made in woven. The bed sheets, the pillow cover, all these are usually woven. Now, from from knit fabric, the knit which is already stretchable, you can directly make t-shirts, and even if it is a fitted t-shirt, you will be able to still wear it because it stretches on its own. So it has, if it is made in a non-stretchable yarn, the t-shirt will stretch. But if you want to make it really body fitted, like you see here, the legging, which is slightly shining, to make this happen, it cannot go directly from here to here. Like a t-shirt fabric usually cannot be used to make a legging. There has to be more stretchability. There has to be all four-way stretchability. So for that, a yarn which is called spandex is added to cotton. So cotton yarn merged with a kind of a rubber, very thin, extremely thin, is uh, spun with the yarn, and that's how, if you see the little shine is not of the cotton, because cotton does not shine like this. This shine is because of the spandex, that little bit of rubber fiber which is added to the fabric. Now we will see a little later how spandex, how much it is added. So this spandex, we know in day-to-day life, we understand this as lycra. Many of us understand. So lycra and spandex actually refer to the same thing. Spandex is actually the name of the content. Lycra is actually the name of the company which started this. Or so here, so in knit you get two types. One t-shirt which is purely cotton, if you consider this 100% cotton. Second, you add spandex and you get way more stretchability, and then it can fit into your body anyhow. The second is woven. So wovens are used for kurta, shirt, pajamas, which don't stretch. Now, if you want woven to stretch, the same spandex yarn is added to the woven, the same to the yarn, and then with the technique, because these are two different techniques. So the same yarn over here, when it is woven, you get stretchable woven garments, fabrics and garments. So if you see this jegging legging is made of denim, but still it fits really well because it has spandex in it, added in it. So know that anytime you're wearing anything which is body fitted, body hugging, whether it is knit or woven, it will have spandex in it. Now, seeing the fibers little bit, not going in the detail. So the fibers with which the fabrics are made are natural fibers and man-made, two types. Natural, we all know, animal fiber, wool, silk, vegetable fibers, cotton, linen. So they have their own characteristics. Man-made fibers are many, 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 many. Also the wrinkle-resistant fabrics, which are quite popular in when you have to wear workwear. For workwear, nowadays there is a technology with which the wrinkle-resistant fabrics are made. Now all these man-made fabrics are made by treating various toxic chemicals during the production. And there's research done by Stockholm University. They did a research on related or how toxic fabric is on the basis of how much content of the toxicity has been added to it, and then they found out that polyester has got maximum of two chemicals, which is the highest one chemical added to these fabrics. Now you understand. Now you see, if you are wearing fabric which are directly touching your body, first they have lot of chemical treatment. Second, they have spandex, the rubber also in it. So what will be the impact? We will see now. Now also, okay, let's see here. So the natural fabric, the cotton, linen, wool, it breathes. The fabric breathes. Why? Because the fibers are such that they allow the sweat to evaporate. They support the body temperature. Why? Because when the sweat is coming out of your skin, it is not trapped there. It evaporates, and that cools the body in the summer. And in the winter, when you are wearing wool, the wool is not creating the warmth. So when we are wearing the wool, what happens that in the wool, in the yarn, in the knitting over there, there are tiny air packets which are made because of the process, and your body heat is trapped into those air packets, and that's why you feel warm. So the warmth of the wool is coming from the body. It's just that it is protecting, it is keeping it there on the body, so you feel warm. So these natural fabrics do. While synthetic fabric, comparatively, they don't breathe, and that they trap the sweat in the body. So if there is a fabric on your body which is synthetic, and if the skin is sweating, it will not allow it to evaporate. So does it does not support the body temperature control so well as the natural fabric. Now, on the basis of biodegradability, there's this research. So cotton, here, if you see it on a period of time, I don't know how much period of time, in the salt water, the percentage which dissolves, and here you see polyester 0, means it is not going to dissolve at all. So every t-shirt which is made of polyester is going to be here on the planet for God knows how long. Now here is one picture. I found this very interesting few days ago. I saw this on internet and I thought I would put it here. So the jeans which we wear, especially menswear jeans, menswear denim, does not have so much of lycra unless men are wearing a stretchable one. But women's wear denim always has stretchability. And this, what you see, is the reason for stretchability. The spandex which we were talking about. So even though the whole fabric is gone, this much spandex is still remaining, and it is not degradable. Here you can see a little more in detail. So how much traces are we leaving behind unknowingly? by buying every single garment which stretches, extra stretches. Now coming to the fit. So fabrics we understood little bit. Now coming to the fit. So these are the three different kind of fit usually you see in the yoga wear. One is the body hugging, another one is slimline, does not hug the body so well, and next is the comfort one. Now because you've understood the fabric, you will be able to figure out which is woven, which is knitted. So first one is knitted with lot of spandex in it. Second one can be a combination. It can be a woven one, plus it can have little bit of spandex also, or without also it can be made, this kind of fit. And the third one is the woven fabrics, which don't stretch. So that's why the silhouette is, the shape of the garment is loose. Now, understanding the fate through our body anatomy. So, when we breathe from either belly or from chest or from both. So, it says that yogic breathing is when you fill in your whole, cavities. So, what is happening when you are breathing? The body is expanding horizontally, contracting horizontally, whether it is belly breathing or whether it is chest breathing. The belly breathing helps the system to relax, good for the heart. Chest breathing makes people little bit of it actually happens automatically when people are in stressed out mode or anxious. So in both the cases, the body is expanding horizontally and contracting. Now, if you're wearing a garment which is really, really tight, especially for women, the women's top are really, really tight. Tight. Also, the sports bra, which is extremely tight on underbust. It is like you want to blow a balloon and simultaneously you are pressing the balloon. So tell me how hard it is going to be for the balloon to be filled. Exactly what happens with our body when we are wearing something which is really tight, especially tight on our upper torso. We are breathing in, so our body wants to expand, our lungs want to expand, the skin wants to expand. There are so many layers inside. Everything wants to expand with every single breath, but there is a very subtle pressure because of the fitted garment which you are wearing. It is very subtle, it can be negligible, but because it is there every single moment when you breathe, definitely it would have little more impact than being negligible. Now also talking about our limbs, when we are moving doing asanas, our muscles they flex and they relax, so the constant horizontal expansion contraction is happening. So now when you're seeing this, you have to keep in mind when you're wearing a very, very tight garment, what happens, does it really support the this particular movement of your internal muscles? Then this is just a small example that not just the muscles or heart or lungs, the whole body actually breathes. So it's a different breathing which rejuvenates the whole body. Why we call it breathing is because it happens as inhalation and exhalation, like this. So this is a heartbeat, but the way it is expanding and contracting, the same way our body is expanding and contracting every single breath, which is very subtle, but if you pay attention, you will be able to figure it out. So here is a little exaggerated video of what exactly happens to our body. This is not a video of the body, thus the whole body expanding. This is something else, but this will help us understand that this is happening to us all the time. So here the body expands and contracts. And this is happening all the time. So when it's happening all the time, can you ignore it? No. Why? Because this is how the body is rejuvenating all the time. Now, so to coming back, so what is the correct fit for daily yoga practice? We have seen the fitted one, we have seen the loose ones, we have heard about the fabrics. Imagine yourself sitting in a yoga posture, asana, you're doing an asana right now. What would be the correct fit? A fit where your attention goes on the body, or on your clothes, maybe probably too tight or too loose that every single time you move you have to adjust your garments, or the focus is on the body, that body is feeling way too uncomfortable in a particular posture. Maybe you want to bend down and your clothes are not allowing it to happen. If uh, if the attention goes to any of these, that means you need to work on the fit. So if a garment is not obstructing the movement of the body during the asana and meditation, and it helps you to go inside, go beyond the body and the clothes, and you feel really comfortable and natural, that is the correct fit. Now, for different people, it works differently. Like for personally, I like to wear clothes which are at least one size bigger or two size bigger, because that's how I really like it. Some people are okay with wearing which garments which are not too loose or not too tight. It is completely up to you. Figuring out what is the correct fit for you on the basis of what we have seen by now. Also, to understand what is the purpose of the yoga. So, yoga means union. If you are doing only asanas, then you can wear any of these, any of the tight ones. Now these are some pictures I have put here on the basis of comfort and sustainability. So at the pant part, these kind of fabrics which are eco-friendly and little away from the body, they slide on the skin when you are wearing them because they are little loose. And on the top part, if you wear woven, like how this lady in the first one is wearing, sometimes for some people it causes little obstruction. So personally, I don't like to wear a kurta when I'm doing my asana because I feel my movements are being obstructed. So I prefer wearing 100% cotton t-shirt, a bit oversized, because it's okay, because it is for myself. It is not to show it to anybody. So wearing one size bigger or two size bigger, the last one is actually pretty tight. Little loose, so that it can again slide and glide on your body when you are moving, when you are twisting, turning, bending. Now you would be wondering, when we have all these are so loose, then what is the purpose of the first one, the body hugging one? So we understood the slimline, we understood the comfort. The body hugging ones, it's not like that you should not be wearing them. You can wear if you're doing advanced postures of asanas like this, or this, or this, or this, or this. If you're doing any postures which require a lot of control on your body, then the clothes also have to be in control. So these, most of us don't do such practices on a day-to-day basis. If you're doing these, then go ahead and wear. But if the purpose is to go inside by doing asana, going into meditation, asana, pranayama, meditation, if that is the purpose, then you don't have to wear something which is really tight. People who are teachers, who have to show the postures to the students, people who are bloggers, people who are into educating, teaching yoga. Huh? So all those people who really need to show the postures correctly or to promote themselves, this these are really really good. This fit is really good because it solves the purpose. So if you are into that, then go ahead and wear. Also, we will see in the end that in this fit also you can buy something which is more sustainable and eco-friendly. So the last part about the fit and the fabric all together here is, so solving the purpose. So for example, we wear biking jacket while riding the bike because it protects us from the wind, and we wear the trekking pants because it has a lot of pockets. It solves the purpose to the 100%. Similarly, wearing something which is uh, not stitched, the garments which do not have seams are preferred while sitting on for the homa or doing rituals. Why? Because the flow of the flow of the prana in your subtle body happens really really well. Now it's not like that if you are not wearing something unstitched, it will not give you the full benefit. No, it's not like that. You can go wearing a sweatshirt also on the bike. That would be completely okay. So similarly, even if you wear sitting sit with wearing a pant and a t-shirt in any puja, that would be completely fine. But when you're wearing something which is not stitched, it's like you are 100% ready to receive what is going to come. And that's about why people wear uh, clothes which are unstitched. It makes a difference on a very very subtle level because it's related to the subtle body. It also, these clothes, because they wrap around the body, it represents, how, if you've seen a small baby, when the babies are born, they are wrapped in the fabric. So they feel really protected. They feel that they are still in the womb of the mother. So similarly, the fabrics, when it is wrapped around our body, it makes us feel safe and secure. It's like, you are in the womb of the mother divine at that particular moment. So that feeling of safety also happens, and the flow of the prana also is unobstructed to the maximum. That's why people wear the sari and the dhoti, the mundu. Now is the time for little bit of awareness exercise. All the questions we will take right in the end. So right now you can put your phone on silent mode. Sit comfortably and easily for just 5 minutes. Make yourself comfortable. Sit in a posture where you won't have to move for the next 5 minutes, 4 to 5 minutes. And close your eyes. Breathe in and breathe out. Once again, breathe in and breathing out. Drop your weight on the floor, on the chair, on the sofa. Feel the floor under your buttocks or under your feet or both. Gently become aware of your weight and drop your weight wherever you're sitting. And now mentally go all around your body. Draw an outline all around your body mindfully. Now become aware of your skin. The skin is covering the whole body. Become aware of the clothes you are wearing. And become aware of the touch of the clothes to the skin. And see how it feels. Whether it feels smooth, soft, tensed, tight. What does it say? What is that feeling in the whole body, wherever you can feel a significant touch of the clothes? And take a deep breath in and see how your body expands and the fabric just creates space for the breathing and it relaxes when you breathe out. So, if you're wearing something which is very loose, you will see that when you breathe in and breathe out, the fabric moves and creates space. The fabric is like a second skin, it's a layer of protection you put on yourself. And it molds itself according to the curves of the body and makes you feel safe. It also adopts the temperature of your body and keeps you warm when required and keeps you cool when required. It absorbs the moisture and keeps you fresh. Fabric is alive, it flows, it moves, it falls, and it drapes on your body. Remember the process of making a garment. It starts with farming, then harvesting, then taking out the fiber, spinning the yarn, weaving, transporting, and it reaches you. Each square inch of fabric reaches you after lots and lots of hard work, especially the, the natural one. So treat the fabric with respect and be grateful for every single garment you have received is there in your wardrobe. A lot of hard work goes behind making each one of them. So it's very important to wear something which is fitted comfortably. Breathe in and breathe out. Take your attention to your spine, to your midline, and at this moment, you'll be able to feel the expansion and contraction of the body as we saw in the video. Just become aware of that. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. And gently, you may open your eyes. How was it? Okay. So, let's move ahead. Talking about the brands. Now, if you are little aware of the the fashion industry, you would know that sustainability is a big thing right now. It is booming, and the future of fashion is going to be sustainable. Sustainable fashion. So, thinking, giving it a thought whether do I really need to follow sustainability or not? Because at times it becomes difficult to make a conscious choice when you are really, inspired or attracted by the brands. So, but you need to come back that how we regard and treat the world. It's important to understand that the nature has given us everything and we treat the nature well. Now, coming to selecting what to buy. So, when you have to buy something, you need to ask yourself these few questions. Not just yoga wear, but everything. But why for yoga wear it is important? Because we are doing yoga for ourselves and for the environment also. It creates positivity in your surroundings when you sit and meditate. So ask yourself every time you're buying something, do I really need this? Or it is going to be just an addition in my wardrobe? Almost 99% of the girls or women have that one garment in their wardrobe which they bought thinking I will wear it someday and never worn. Do you all agree with me here? Okay. So, asking yourself whether you really need this. Then also, this is very important. What will happen to the garment once you have discarded it? We buy it being very happy, but we forget that once you are doing it, when you are done with the garment, whether it's going to be used by other people or by you in other forms, or it is going to decompose, go into something else, recycle, or if it is going to just go and fall under the sea, whether it's going to decompose on the sea or on the floor or on the ground or not. So when you think about this, you will realize that many garments which we buy, we usually don't really think about this. What will happen to the garment? No, I'm not saying by when I'm doing all this talk, I'm not saying that we don't buy what we have been buying or we stop everything. No. Asking yourself, first, do I need this? Why? Because if you see, the malls are filled with clothes. I'm a fashion designer. I've worked in retail for years, so I know the brands are there to supply because they are running a business. They are running the livelihood of many people, right? Now you have to see that, do you really need so many clothes to be out there? More than we need, it's being provided to us. It's not like World War II that every that was the time every house will used to house used to get a limited quantity of fabric for themselves because there was limitation in the fabric resources. But now, because of the technology, we have infinite fabrics, so infinite designs. And infinite designs because all of us want to buy and wear and buy and wear every single day new things, which is called the fast fashion, which is not suitable for the planet and sustainability. So adopting something which is little slow fashion. What is slow fashion? We will see later now. Uh, but understanding that there is so much in the market, why it is there in the market is because people want to buy. Now, even though only few of us are here listening to this and few on the YouTube, or probably few will watch it later, how big difference does it make, this particular talk? It does. Because if each one of you, even in your whole life, if you stop yourself from buying that one t-shirt which is going to be completely a waste for the planet after you discard it, you have a lot of lot of garments are still there which you can avoid throwing on the planet as a garbage. So each garment, each t-shirt, each fabric matters when you buy it. Now, there are a few points here about sustainability in fashion required because we are practicing yoga. We have little more empathy than other people towards nature. Huh? So first is awareness of sustainability in fashion, that sustainability exists. If you want, instead of buying any XYZ fabric, you can actually go for a fabric or a garment which is sustainable. What does sustainable mean? Means sustainable, the ability to sustain. It does not only involve the fabric or fit, it also involves the whole manufacturing process, how the garment is made, how the the seed is sown, whether the chemicals are used in it or not, huh? And then the harvesting process, the spinning dyeing process, whether the chemicals are being used or not. After that, when it goes on the production, whether the people who are stitching your garments, whether they are getting paid sufficient or not. When you buy a t-shirt in just 100 rupees, you will really think, if you really pay attention, it's a big question that how you're getting a t-shirt in 100 rupees. After that whole long process, that means somewhere somebody is not getting paid properly, right? So that is first, is being aware that sustainability exists in fashion. Second, the environmental and ethical impact of fashion industry. The fashion industry is the second most polluting industry on the planet. Now, the first one we cannot do much, but the second one we have a choice. Instead of having 20 garments in your wardrobe, you can still be alive and function properly with 10 also, right? So buying what is required, because otherwise every single garment which you buy, it creates lot of impact on the planet. So here it says, one I will read: 700 gallons, the amount of water it takes to produce a single cotton t-shirt. Unimaginable. Huh? So yeah, there are many more. You can go on internet and you can do your own research for this. Then next is use of sustainable practices. So first, when you get to know about the first two, third one comes is using the sustainable practices. Now this has been there in our culture. In Indian culture, we had it. If you notice your mother, grandmother, they never discarded the fabrics. I remember my mother, all old saris would go in making the cover, the layer, the covering of the quilt and all that. So we had this. And the garments which are worn by the elder ones are passed to the younger ones. So we have it. But only thing is, this young generation has to realize that it has been there and not be ashamed of adapting it. Then the fourth one is thinking yogic. Yoga means union. So thinking about the wholeness of the clothing and industry. How? Thinking about society at large rather than focusing on the product only. Means when you are buying the product, you have to think how the society is being affected by this one particular product indirectly, because it is being affected. The process should be primary, product should be secondary. Means when you're buying a product, a garment, a yoga wear, see the process and you will be able to figure out the process. Nowadays everything is available. Figure out the process, how your garment has been made, who has made it, how it has been made, whether chemicals have been used or not, whether the people have been paid properly or not, whether the chemicals have been used while farming or not. Everything is written on, when people are selling, when people are putting such effort, they will definitely mention it. So focusing on the process rather than the product. And here I have written one line here, that it starts from sowing the seed, growing, harvesting, combing, spinning, knitting or weaving, cutting, stitching, finishing, printing, labeling, packaging, transporting, and then you buying it from a website or from a mall or a store. It's a huge process. It's not a small thing, and there are a lot of man work and people involved in it, the whole process. So it's important that thinking yogic means taking care of all these steps. Now you won't be able to go into all the details, but at least one or two details from this, if you can really consciously understand, huh? Then also using the fashion products which are not in or out of trend but have continuity. Here comes the slow fashion. The fast fashion says, this summer, this fashion, this color, this winter, this color, this design detail, this collar, these sleeves. But slow fashion says, not in or out, having a continuity. Huh? So this kind of fashion, you yourself can develop yourself, or you can do your research and buy accordingly. Buying such garments which can go for longer and they will still look trendy. We'll see how here a little later. And also understanding its fashion is not just showing off. Fashion is a vehicle for social, cultural, and environmental concerns. So, if you get a chance to buy something which involves any of this, buying a weave which is from somebody in some village, buy it. Buying a print which can, give enhance the life of somebody who is printing sitting in a village, do that. So understanding there is so much behind the fashion, and there are so many designers who are actually going into the grassroots level, the Indian designers, and are working on it, and which is highly appreciable. So even as a person who is not from the field of fashion, you can still do these things, doing your own part. And also, all of this is achieved when you think about yourself, people, environment, everything as living entities. Everything is alive. Even the fabric is alive, as I mentioned. And again, we have seen, heard already that preferring products which can revive a culture, which can promote an art, because our country is rich in arts and culture. There is so much, so much. Now, coming to the brands which are having eco-friendly or sustainable as much as possible, there are some here. You can find them on Instagram, on internet. There is one here, Prayog. Then there is My Soul Space. Now, these are not famous ones because not many people know about them, because it's not easy to produce all that in a bulk and promote yourself. It, and not when it makes the garments also a little expensive. So there is one here, and then another one, Stretchery. They're all Indian brands. And then Satwa India. So if you want to buy something which is tight fitted, there are some, and then you can do your own research. There you will find some more. There are not many, but there are some. If you do your research, you will be able to find. Now, coming to the slow fashion, something which is not in or out, which is continuous. Designing your own yoga wear. Very simple. You don't have to be a fashion designer to do that. You have seen the elder generation when there were no brands and when they were not affordable. Everybody got their garments made, right? Even if you remember your childhood, your garments were made, like my garments were made. All my garments were made by somebody or my mother, because she used to stitch clothes for me, or for our, at least for us. So all you have to do is go into a store which has eco-friendly fabrics. They are there in your city. Why? Because these stores are very small, and they are there in every single possible place. Even a small village will have a handloom shop. Why? Because the handloom comes from the villages, right? So the place where I go to teach in Kannur is not a very big town. The Kannur town is a very big town. It's a nicely developed. But the place where my college is in a very small village. But just 5 minutes walking distance, there is a huge village completely dedicated to the handloom. And those fabrics are so beautiful that they are, so finely done that there is huge demand in the international markets. You won't believe such some fabric, they don't sell it in India because they are quite expensive. So they don't sell it in India, they sell it only abroad. But we have variety available. You can go to Khadi Bandar, which you will find in every single city, and many Khadi Bandars, or it just need to have a handloom name. You can just find any shop, pick up, look at these beautiful fabrics, the colors. All you have to do is pick up, just touch the fabric, feel it, check the color, see whether you would like it on your skin, buy it. All you have to do is tell that shopkeeper, the shopkeeper will tell you how much to buy for a top or for a pant. T-shirts you cannot get made, so you will have to buy t-shirts. But if the shirt or a kurta or a pajama, if you need to get made, it can be made like this. And then you take any of the pictures. They're very simple, but they have very little design detail. The tailors can easily understand seeing the pictures. And they are very, very, very easy to construct. Very easy to construct. Take the fabric, take the picture. That's all. And all these pictures are from Pinterest. You go to Pinterest, you will get infinite designs about whatever you want to wear. Take a woven fabric. Only you have to keep in mind is taking a woven fabric, because handlooms are, you will find woven fabrics, and taking a picture of the woven garments. So these pajamas are woven, they are loose. And then you will be able to get it made. That's how I make my garments. So today I'm wearing this jacket, which I made just in half an hour. You won't believe. This is a handloom fabric gifted by one of the students. I just saw one design on internet. I liked it. All I did was just cut it and stitch it. It hardly has 6 stitch lines. That's all it has. It's very, very loose and very comfortable, and more than me, people like it. So many people have asked me to design this or make this for them. So it's not a big deal. All you have to do is, just understand it a little bit. And you don't have to know stitching. You can just show a picture and the tailor will do it for you. So also, yeah, and then slowly I started understanding what kind of fabrics I like. And I also started, earlier I also used to buy from brands when I was designing, but then I realized I can make clothes for myself, or I can get it made at least. So now my whole wardrobe is not something which I have made. The t-shirt which I'm wearing is definitely from a brand. The pant which I'm wearing is also from a brand. But at least some part of my wardrobe is sustainable, because when you need to wear something at a particular time, you need those. So a whole wardrobe is required, but there has to be a small section, at least to begin with, at least one pair which you have designed for yourself. And the joy of designing and wearing, you will not get by clicking on, any shopping website and buying it. Trust me. I mean, every single time I make my garment, I fall in love with the fabric, and then I wear it again and again. And people also love it. And you gain more confidence on yourself, because when you're wearing something which is your own design and somebody appreciates, you feel more confidence and you feel that, oh, you look beautiful. Huh? So that's about where designing your own clothes. And also I practice this, that I don't buy a lot of clothes throughout the year. Once a year or twice a year I buy. That's all. Once a year, usually I buy on my birthday. I go and shop happily. And then that's all. Or sometimes on my birthday, I gift myself by getting one garment made for myself. So at least put this in your life, that when it is your birthday, instead of buying, get one made for yourself, design one for yourself. Huh? And yeah, that's all. And then you don't have to worry about whether you will wear something which is out of fashion. No, you will not. Go on Pinterest, everything is really, really trendy, and you'll be able to figure out. Now, if you're a little more enthusiastic, you will be able to even dye your own fabric. It's extremely simple. All you need is a big vessel, little bit of salt, and the fabric which is white, and you choose any of these, and the just everything is available on YouTube, the processes to dye your own fabrics, and they are way more suitable. Your skin will love these. So there are some pictures here, and then here, and then some here. And you can also develop your own prints if you want to. I remember one of my students did a collection by using this technique. It looked beautiful. And the nature has everything which is actually printed, which you buy from the everywhere. Every motif which is natural has been inspired by nature, right? Every flower which is there printed, somebody has seen it or imagined and made. Here you can directly take the print from a flower, from a leaf, from a branch, from a stem. Very, very simple and very, very beautiful. So design one in 1 year. Possible for everybody? One in 1 year? You take 2 months to design and wear it, but have one. And the last thing for today is, oh, exactly on time we are ending. Get one and give away one. This I learned from my dear friend. So she said that she is from here, South India, from Karnataka, and she said that her mother-in-law would always insist that every time she buys one, she has to take out one garment and donate it. So her wardrobe always has a fixed number of garments, a fixed number of saris, a fixed number of kurtas, because you don't need actually more than that. And if you go to your wardrobe, you will see there are so many garments which you're not even wearing. So when you buy one, you will buy really consciously because you'll have to give away one. And when you give away one, when you're donating it to one, rather than it being spoiled lying in your wardrobe, somebody will be able to use it. So bring this practice in your life that if you buy one, give one, anything from your wardrobe. Take one garment, it can be anything, and donate it. And you be happy, and the person who receives that also will be very happy. So that's all for today. And yeah, that's me. So, yes, any question, any doubt you have, you can ask or you can share how you liked it, what you liked, what you want to know more. Yes.
I,
Can,
you can unmute yourself, Anisha, now.
okay.
Are you able to unmute? Check now.
Yeah, you'll be able to unmute now.
Yeah. Am I audible now?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So, first of all, very, very interesting topic. The topic name yoga and fashion pulled me here. Usually, I'm a constant follower of FitNCalm. So, we had last session with Shweta, I think organic farming. It was very, very different, perspective and ideas about farming and all. So, today's session was, I was curious what will be yoga and fashion. But the presentation Dilip ji did was mind blowing for me because I noted a couple of points which I would like to share in talk. But thanks for Food and Calm team for sharing this platform and bringing an awareness about sustainability was the takeaway for me because I'm associated with a lot of NGOs where I work for a cause. And for me, a biggest transformation of 2020 was using a cloth pad instead of sanitary pads and using menstrual cups, which is more sustainable because you talked about eco-friendly things. So women's are not so comfortable in talking about this menstrual hygienes and all. But when I switched and when I started using, I really felt happiness from inside that I'm something contributing to the mother nature and spreading this awareness. And you did a fabulous job. The presentations, especially the CST thing which you showed, that flexation and extension, the breathing, and you said the fabric is the second skin. it was like a, eye opener for us. We never thought, for me, skin was still here. Okay, acne is there, pigmentation is there, blackheads, whiteheads, but we never think about skin means its entire body, and we have to observe it so detailedly. You gave us that what to say, knowledge that yes, skin means not only like till here, it is beyond that. And you also spoke about what is it, value your fabric. So initially we girls, especially girls, okay, we tend to bring new dresses, and with josh and all, we wear it. After 2 3 times we just throw it, and okay, just washing machine mein aise dal do. We don't value our fabrics, and you said it goes lot of effort and time, people who construct. So that during the meditation when you were doing, I was giving a gratitude. So thank you, Dilip ji. It was a definitely a gratitude for all the fabrics which are there in my cupboard. And from now on, I'll definitely respect my fabrics. So from here on. And one more thing I also wanted to tell is, yeah, I was also having this constant thought whenever I was ironing. Okay, in that ironing, you have those knobs, right? Polystyrene, nylon, rayon. I was thinking why there is not for khadi. It is somewhere it is fading off. People don't choose khadi because it's not so fashionable or out of trend or something. And you spoke about khadi also, and I was looking, someday or my next birthday, which is coming soon, I should buy a khadi dress. And you gave a push, buy one and give one. So definitely I'm going for that. And you also spoke about nature thing which we copy. Yes, colors are from nature, we just give the combinations, and we say I did this, but we are not the doers. Everything is naturally available, we just replicate that. That was very nice. And the heart presentation which you did, that also grabbed my attention. And definitely your quote is very very attractive. Very nice, very beautiful thing. And it was wonderful. I mean, how you coupled the fabric and to the breathing was very nice. I really loved the session. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Anusha. Thank you.
Also, you made my job really easy by summarizing everything.
But I have one question I wanted to ask Dilip ji. You spoke about fabric, but my other concern is, okay, we use sustainable fabrics, but when it comes to washing of those fabrics, we again go for the chemical ones, which is not biodegradable. It cannot be decomposed. So, what is your suggestion on that?
Washing the fabrics. I don't know much about it. I think Tejasvi knows way more than me for this thing.
We'll definitely do a webinar on this.
Yes, yes. Even I'm looking forward for that to learn more about the homemade things.
Yes, the homemade things, because that is also adding, a weightage to the harmful effects of the nature. So
Yes,
that can
yes,
be prevented.
yes. That reminds me that when we are washing a garment, if it has natural fibers or man-made fibers, the fibers are released. So they go, if you see in the washing machine, then it gets accumulated there in that one small thing. So every single time you're washing your garments, there are some microfibers which come out and they don't go in the drain and then they go in the sea. So that is constant process which is happening of polluting every single time you are washing your garments. So it's important to buy something which is natural because it will decompose.
And two more things I wanted to say. One thing was,
One question and get back, Anusha. Is that okay?
sure, sure, sure.
One of them is asking, can you please talk something about the footwear in terms of sustainability and comfort?
Yes. So, not from the footwear field, but from my personal experience, I would say is buying the footwear where it is required. So, for example, if I need to go to gym, I need something which has cushion. I need something which has, and comfortable footwear, and it would require those kind of materials. See, there you cannot really think about sustainability because our technology has not reached there yet. Someday it will. That I believe. Now, but when it comes to wearing, going to your office or going anywhere, wherever you need to wear something particular, you have to. But where you can consciously choose, there you choose something which is sustainable. Now, when I wear these, I have a habit of wearing open footwear. I don't like to wear the shoe. I feel really packed in my shoe when I'm wearing shoes. So I don't prefer that. Now, when I buy shoes which are made of fabric. There are beautiful shoes available everywhere, made of fabric, which you can wear without the socks, which you can wear, remove very easily. You can wear every day. You can wash them also, compared to the other ones, the structured ones, the sturdy ones. Now, I have a profession where I can wear these shoes made of fabric all the time. I don't have to dress up formally. So it works for me. So I feel very happy that I can wear a chappal also, or I can wear a shoe also. So when I wear the strap footwear, I usually prefer buying from these uh, fair, the Mela. I remember once I had gone with Tejasvi to Hyderabad, and from one store I bought, like, I think four footwear, four different colors, because it would just cost 150 or 200 bucks. That's all, and it was hand done. I mean, what more you can ask for? So those four I still have. I think that was, I think, 2 years ago or so, but I still have those and I'm wearing. So everywhere you can consciously choose. And when it comes to women, sometimes we have tendency to wear heels. So even just to look tall or good, but just by looking little bit more taller, I mean, what the difference it is going to make? No, it is more important for you to be healthy and confident, right? You are wearing that heel only so that you can feel confident. You feel that, oh, I look more beautiful. But the confidence and beauty is coming from inside. I see people in the fashion industry, I see students in my college who walk barefoot, who wear just a chappal. Why? Because they confidently can carry whatever they are wearing. So it's all about whether you are feeling confident in that or not. Huh? So that's about footwear. And also the heel is definitely not good for your spine. You can go on the internet and see. Definitely, even a small heel can cause lot of disturbance in your spine, because your feet are they have sprouted from the spine. They've come from the lower lumbars. So if you are not maintaining the level of your foot on the ground, and if you're keeping your heels high, in long run it is going to really cause a lot of back pain. I think that would be an experience of people who are wearing high heels, even 1 inch heel. I think, yes, they just, we can tell that better. Yes. So yeah, footwear, very, I go for comfort. I just forget the style. I just go for comfort. It has to suit with what I'm wearing, and I wear something which is comfortable. That's all. Even whether it is a meeting, it doesn't matter. I will wear what is comfortable. Because it is a meeting, I would probably wear a shoe and go. That's all. But it has to be comfortable. I don't compromise on my, this comfort for looks. Never when it comes to footwear. Never. Because I cannot really sit for even a minute if my shoes are biting me, or they are tight, or they are not breathable. So depends on person to person, what is your comfort level. So I think, I hope that answers your question, Prajnaji.
Anusha, you have any question? We can just take one last question because we are already overshooting.
Yeah, sure. Dilipji, for example, in case of swimming and gym, so innerwears, people tend to go for spandex, right? So is there any replaceable, like cotton won't be that suitable for that kind of activities, I believe. So what is your suggestion on that?
Yes, where it is required, you have to wear. Now, for gym, I also wear something which is knitted, but I go for something which is non-stretchable because, I mean, you would see that men usually wear something which is slightly loose. It's little looser than what girls wear. So it is also up to you whether you want to really wear something which is body fitting or something which is loose. And definitely, sometimes it is required to wear tight clothing. A sports bra is required when you have to do a lot of physical activity in the gym. So there's it's required. So it's comfortably fine. So yeah, but picking up where required, you consciously picking up. If there is an option of wearing cotton sustainable, you go for that. That's
And
all.
how do you get to know whether people have been paid? You said we can get to know even people have been paid for the process of making. So how do I
Yes,
get to know?
yes. Nowadays, you see this written on the label also that ethical fashion, the ethically made garments. You go on the website, if you read about the brands, and you will get to know. If and there are these very small brands in India, definitely because they are here homegrown ones, you can get to know about them very easily.
Thank you, Dilip.
Thank you so much, Dilip, for this amazing session. I'm sure a lot of them have took a lot of insights from this. And as Anusha, you were saying, we do have videos on menstrual cup and cotton pads. If you want, you can check that out. We have other video on sustainability about organic farming, and in future also we'll come up with more videos on these topics. And thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. May you stay fit and calm. This video will be available on YouTube in case you want to refer it later. Bye.